we are so excited to be bringing you this uHARVEST review. We're gonna share our experience of this beautiful new hydroponic garden from IGWorks.
Janelle's gonna tell you all about how it works. We're gonna go over the pros and cons together, and then we're gonna compare it to some of the other competitors out there. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have a pretty good idea if this is the right tabletop hydroponic garden for you.
If you guys haven't already checked out our previous video on the uHARVEST, make sure you check it out right here. It's an in-depth unboxing, setup, and how to use the uHARVEST. So it's gonna explain all that to you in detail, but what I will show you today is basically how simple the uHARVEST is to use once it's set up. So basically, it's as easy as you take whatever seed that you're gonna grow in your unit. You plunk it in these little growing media pods that come with the unit. You add that to your net cup that comes with the unit, and you simply just plop it right in here where you see all the other plants growing out of. And it's basically that simple. This is the water reservoir that holds the water, and you add nutrients right into the water. You turn on the unit, the lights come on, you adjust the brightness, and that's pretty much it. Your produce is growing, and in a few weeks, you're gonna start to see some green action, and it's beautiful. Now let's just quickly talk about the pros and the cons of this unit. So one pro that I really love about the uHARVEST is that it's so easy to use. Anyone, whether you're a beginner to hydroponic garden or gardening in general, this is so easy to use and you literally can't mess it up.
Okay, my first thing is the produce is so delicious and fresh, and it's herbicide and pesticide free. I mean, it's better than anything you're gonna get in a grocery store, and you don't have to deal with all that slimy produce at the bottom of your your produce bin there. So that's my favorite part, delicious produce.
The uHARVEST is so quiet. It's amazing. I honestly had to listen super carefully to see if it made any noise, and honestly, I can't hear it. It's wonderful.
A big pro for me are the cost savings. So, there's that initial investment up front, which is $200 US. That's the regular price. You might find it on sale when you're watching this. But you make back that initial investment so quickly because the cost of the seeds is minimal. You can get 100 kale seeds for what, $3 or something?
Yeah, really cheap.
Yeah, so pretty quickly, the more you use it, the quicker you're gonna make back that initial investment. And then this is just gonna reduce so many of the costs on your grocery bill. It's just a no-brainer to save costs in time.
Yes, I love how quickly everything has grown in this unit. I noticed within the first probably 3 to 4 weeks on some of the plants, I was able to start harvesting.
I love how well made it is. So there are a lot of competitors out there, and we're going to talk about the competitors in a second, a few of them. But this just, when we put it together, just everything fit perfectly. It's really well made, and the customer service is phenomenal. I put 2 pros in there. So well made, great customer service, great company to deal with. You're not dealing with a company over in China, you're dealing with a company in the US.
I also love that the uHARVEST has 12 growing pods. Now we are going to talk about this a little bit later in the video, but most of the other leading competitors of tabletop hydroponic gardens only have a maximum of 9 growing pods. So the fact that you can get 12 here in this unit is awesome. 3 extra plants is a pretty big deal.
And I love that this bad boy up here can actually go up and down. It goes up to 24 inches high. And so when we go over the competitor analysis, not all of them actually go up that high. And when you look at what we're growing right now with this herb garden, we have this dill, which is just exploding, and it's way higher than any of the other plants. And so we're able to adjust it so that it still hits the dill and the other plants, and everything just keeps growing.
Okay, lastly, I would just have to say that this is beautiful. I mean, just look at it. It's so gorgeous, and if you like having green things in your house, which a lot of people do, this is really, really cool. And it's edible, it's beautiful, it's like art.
Yeah, it's a conversation piece. Whenever people come over, they always want to see our iHARVEST and this uHARVEST now.
Yeah, people are gonna be blown away now that we have 2.
Yeah, so there are so many other pros, which, I mean, you can go onto the website and you can see all the different things they talk about in terms of the improvement, like using less water and kind of the energy efficiency. There's a lot of pros, but there are a couple cons.
Just a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it was really tough with this unit to find any cons. So we're actually kind of being a little bit nitpicky because, you know, we were harsh with our iHarvest review, and we're trying to be harsh and be like really honest with you guys. But like, you know, in terms of the cons, I mean, they're so minimal. Like one of them for me would be that I wish it came in a few other colors as well. I mean, we love the white, but when you look at the competitors, there are other options available, like in black or gray or different options. And maybe in time, those will come available with this company. So because this just launched, I'm sure in the future, whenever you might be watching this, there might be other colors. Yeah. So that's just a nitpicky con. It's
yeah, nothing like it's not a deal breaker or anything.
Yeah.
We still love it in white.
Yeah.
I would say one con, a minor con, is that the way that this unit and most tabletop hydroponic units work is that when you first plug in the unit and turn it on, that's when your light timer will start. So generally speaking, they recommend you keep it on for 16 hours when you're first starting to grow. Well, if you plug it in at 1 in the afternoon, it's gonna be on for the whole day and night. And if, depending on where you keep this in your house, it could be a little bit too bright and maybe distracting. So I would prefer and hope that in the future maybe that they could have a more intuitive, you know, user experience in the settings where you could program a start and turn off time for the unit instead of it just being when you first plug it in. Because some people don't get up very early, like us. I just realized we're matching. That was not intentional.
Yeah.
For your viewing enjoyment.
That wraps it up for the cons. Now let's talk about the competitors. So there are a lot of competitors in this space in the last few years. It's just exploded how many different options there are. So it can make it really difficult when you start looking at these and you go to Amazon and look what's on there. And there's quite a wide variety. So we wanted to choose some of the more popular ones out there that a lot of people buy and that you maybe have seen before. So the first one that we're comparing it to is the Aerogarden. Now the closest Aerogarden model, and they have several to choose from, but the closest one that matches the uHARVEST is what's called their Bounty Edition. So there are definitely some differences with it. First and foremost, the one that stands out for me is that it only grows 9 pods of plants versus the 12 that you get with the uHARVEST. And that's a big thing for us especially because we find even with 12 pods, that wouldn't be enough if this was our first purchase. I mean, we have 30 pods on our iHarvest and we use all of that in our diet. And having this just gives us those extra 12 pods and it's nice to have. And so I would say that's a pretty big deal breaker for me. Totally. The second thing, it has the exact same kind of extension pole. It goes 24 inches, which is fantastic.
Okay, so here's the big kicker. The price for the Aerogarden is $459.99. That's a lot. It does go on sale occasionally for like around $316, but even still, comparing $316 to $200, and you get, in my opinion, more.
And I'm sure that sale price will vary depending when you look at it, but that's quite a big difference compared to $200. And you know, right now the uHARVEST is $51 off. It's $149. So I mean, what do you get for that kind of significant price increase? I mean, you get a color screen, which really isn't a big deal. You don't even look at the screen that often, so that's not really enough for me to pay all that extra money. And then you get like this vacation mode option on it, which once again isn't a big deal. I mean, with this, if we go away on vacation, we fill up the water to the top of the water line and we just check our nutrients before we go away. And usually, we go away for maybe a week and it's just fine. There's no issues whatsoever.
Totally.
Yep.
So the next unit we'll compare is to the Click and Grow Smart Garden 9, which has 9 pods.
Thanks for that.
Very, self-explanatory.
Yeah, so once again, I mean, for me, not enough pods, 9 versus the 12 with the uHARVEST. Okay, so with that one, how high does it extend? I think it's like at one level or something.
I think it goes up to just under 16 inches.
Yeah.
So compared to this one, which can go up to 24 inches, 2 feet, that's substantial.
So you're not going to be able to grow things like dill on there or other kind of herbs like this that go really high.
Yeah, or viney things.
So that's just not high enough. And then, I would hope that this one, it has less pods, it doesn't go as high. I would hope that the price is less. How much is the price?
$229.95.
Yeah.
Oof.
So once again, that's the regular price. It's not currently on sale at the time of filming this, but I mean, why would I pay an extra $30 for something that doesn't give me anything extra? So we could compare a bunch of other ones as well, but you know, as we did our research, there's just nothing that really comes close to what the uHARVEST offers. And you know, sure, you can go onto Amazon and you might be able to find a few that are made in China, kind of copycats and whatnot, that might be a little bit cheaper, which I saw there, but you really have to question, what is the service going to be like, and what is the overall quality and build going to be like on those? And you know, in our experience, a lot of that stuff that we'll grab that are kind of copycats on Amazon usually aren't the best quality. So I would say, you know, stick with something like the uHARVEST. It's really well priced, the service is great. It's just a fantastic all-around machine. So I guess the big question is, would we recommend it to you guys if you stuck around to this part? You know, what do you think, Janelle? Would you recommend it over the competitors?
Yes, of course I would. It's really great. I just love it. I'm gonna eat something off of it just to tell you how much I love it. I'm gonna eat a mint.
I completely agree. I would grab this one over the competitors.
That's so strong.
So that wraps it up. We're huge fans, highly recommend that you guys pick it up. If you buy a uHARVEST, I hope you guys join the Facebook group that is online, and we'll definitely see you in that group because we post stuff there all the time and connect with all the other people who have iHARVEST and uHARVEST. It's really a great community.
And if you guys really enjoyed this video, we'd so appreciate if you gave this video a like and subscribe to our channel. We post lots of other kinds of videos like recipes, what we eat in a day, product reviews. It's a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe, and we hope to see you in another video soon.
Bye.
Bye.